Great leaders surround themselves with great mentors and advisors. They build a support team to provide valuable insight, uncover potential blind spots, and shorten their journey. They nurture and develop their network because they know it is the fuel that accelerates their results. When challenges emerge, their network is their lifeline. No great leader, none, will ever tell you that leadership is lonely. And today, I'm going to explain why. Hey, last week I discussed the value of building your learning library, and I shared some of my favorite leadership books in my library. And if you missed it, I encourage you to go back to my YouTube channel and just search for the video called My Favorite Leadership Books, right? There are so many books I could have included in that list, but there's one book in particular I didn't mention. And while it may not have made my favorites list or whatever, it's one that started my personal growth journey. My dad gave it to me when I graduated college. That book was Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty by Harvey Mackay. The title alone is amazing, right? I mean, this book is about building an authentic and powerful network. While some of the tactics might have changed since it was written, the underlying fundamentals form a solid foundation for building your personal network. Why is that important? The answer is simple. At some point, you're going to need help. Help to improve your life or your business or achieve your goals. Having an authentic and powerful network, trust me, is going to shorten that journey. Leadership should never be lonely, right? Many leaders feel as if they're fighting a battle alone. Some wonder if anyone cares as much as they do. Others feel like they're sacrificing too much. Does any of that sound familiar? Here's the truth. Lonely is a choice. You are as alone as you want to be. Today, many of us are working remotely. Working remotely doesn't mean that you have to be isolated. It doesn't matter where you work or what you do. You should not be lonely. Extend this beyond the walls of business. Even more leaders feel alone in their personal lives. And let me say this again. Lonely is a choice. If you choose to be lonely, you will not be effective and you will eventually become disgruntled and unhappy. That's a fact. See, everyone needs a connection to others. Connections are good for the mind, body, and soul. Being connected with others allows us to cultivate relationships which we can lean on. It allows us to solicit advice in different points of view. It allows us to offer guidance and support to other people. It allows us to celebrate collaborative success. None of these leadership behaviors I just mentioned even slightly suggest that a leader operates alone. My advice, don't go it alone. Too much is changing today, especially too fast, right? For any leader to have all the answers. This is a lesson that I'm constantly teaching my kids. And I encourage them to dig their well before they're thirsty, right? And that mindset shift that I'm talking about, that I tell them all the time, is that it's not who you know, it's who knows you. See, when you invest the time and energy in other people, there'll be a ton of people that you can then lean on for help and support when you need it most. What I love about the title of Harvey Mackay's book is that it implies that you have to make a deposit before you can make a withdrawal. See, you must get into the mindset of first helping others to improve their lives, helping them improve their business, or helping them achieve their personal goals and aspirations. Don't be one of those people who's just it's all about themselves, right? Don't be the person who only surfaces when they need something. Take the initiative to build your network. Invest the time to cultivate relationships. See, I believe that if you seek to give first, you're going to receive 10x in return. Every conversation that you find yourself in is an opportunity to build rapport with someone, to connect with others in a meaningful way. Those connections become your personal community. Sun Tzu's book, The Art of War, right? That's another great book in my learning library, by the way, right? I love that book. In that book, he said it best. If you do not seek out allies and helpers, then you will become isolated and weak. See, leadership should never be lonely. I want you to pause for a few moments before you go on to your next task and just think about the individuals who need your help or whose help that you need. What allies and helpers would you benefit from having a relationship with? Maybe it's a client, maybe it's a peer, maybe it's a teammate, maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's a relative, maybe it's a neighbor, maybe it's a partner, maybe it's a mentor. Invest the time and energy in cultivating that relationship. Don't worry about where you are, what you've done, or what you failed to do, right? Today, like every day, it's a new beginning. You have an opportunity right here, right now, to make a renewed commitment to dig your well before you're thirsty. Whatever challenges that you have, remind yourself that leadership should never be lonely. Make a renewed commitment to enhance your personal network. If you're unsure where to start, let me help you out. I want to give you the gift of freedom. Freedom. Think about that for a second. I want to buy you a copy of my latest book, Freedom to Experiment: How to Ignite a New Level of Focus, Energy, Momentum in Yourself and Your Team. In this book, I unpack the power of leading yourself, leading your team, and scaling your business. All of these strategies become activated when you give yourself the freedom to experiment. Follow the link in the description and I'll personally sign one for you. Okay, if you like what I shared today, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, share a comment below related to your business, and of course subscribe. Because each week I'm sharing content that's going to help you and your team embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. Remember this, you're just one idea away. We'll talk to you soon.